Bushcraft 412, and going to do a quick review on the CRKT Eat'n tool, which I got in a package deal with my Pazoda knife, which I just put up a review on. The Eat'n tool is, you know, they're fairly cheap. You can get them on places like Amazon for around like $6, $7, $8, depending on where you buy them. They are pretty common, and a lot of reviews out there on these because these are kind of a cheaper item and kind of a neat little stocking stuffer, so I'm sure a lot of people got these as gifts. Length on this is about 4 inches overall. It's 1.5 ounces, so pretty lightweight. The steel is 3CR13, which is about a 51 to 53 on the hardness scale. And it's a, of course, bead blasted titanium nitride finish on there. This is overall kind of a over-engineered and under-engineered at the same time, in my opinion. You know, this is a spork. But, you know, why they would design a spork with a wrench is beyond me. Because there's so many other little things you could put on there that would be much more effective. Because, you know, honestly, how often do you really use a nut driver? You know, or take off bolts in any wilderness application. I don't think any of my gear has bolts, so it kind of throws me for a loop. But, hey, you know, I guess they probably did it just to save space and figured they could add a little functionality to it that way. As you can see, it's a spork. If we can get this to focus. The actual fork bit is not very deep, so its functionality as a fork is pretty limited. It does have a bottle opener on it, which is kind of a shame. I really wish it was a can opener, or a can opener on like the other side, because I think the can opener would be a little more effective than the bottle opener, but so be it. You also have this end right here is supposed to be a screwdriver. As you can see, it reduces down there. Carabiner on that side. Yeah, interesting. You know, it's not the most comfortable tool to use because you do have to kind of hold it, you know, and it's not very deep, so you can't get down in the like MRE pouches or anything like that with this bad boy. The only interesting thing I do find about it is you put this thing in your hand. I guess if you decide you want to go like Wolverine out there in the wilderness, you can use this bad boy as like a Wolverine claw, but that's about it. I can't figure out what else this finger hole is for except to you know, cut out on weight. Now, you know, I guess this is something you can throw in your pack and use if you don't feel like bringing any other, you know, if you really don't feel like bringing silverware or you just want an extra or whatever. This is kind of a nice little thing you can clip onto your pack. And it does give you that extra bottle opener and the screwdriver and all that. But, you know, it's kind of, seems like kind of a waste. You know, actually, I probably wouldn't buy this, you know, if it hadn't come with the knife. I just don't see it. You know, it's kind of a goofy little thing. Now, the only thing I do see is if you were really kind of in a bug out situation, this could definitely be something you could use for, like, you know, prying and digging, and, you know, it's not a horrible thing. It's just nothing I would use backpacking. It's not light enough or useful enough for backpacking. I think it could definitely be an okay addition to a bug out bag, because, you know, if you're bugging out, you may actually have a need for taking bolts off and doing things like that. Plus, this is so, you know, such a thick and beefy item that, you know, may be more useful if you are going to be bugging out. I mean, heck, maybe you could even turn this thing into a spear somehow. I don't know. But pretty limited its usefulness. But, you know, a lot of us are going to get things like this for our gifts. And it's not a horrible little item. Just, you know, I wouldn't go out and spend, you know, if you guys really want this, I wouldn't go out and spend a fortune on it because it's just not tremendously useful. I mean, I definitely think they could have just, you know, made it with a longer handle and bottle opener, can opener, screwdrivers, and this thing would have been really kind of neat, but over-engineered and under-engineered at the same time. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed.